And it is time to get on with the show. So we're gonna get the ball rolling here. We're trying to get a phone call from Brian Wright, and we'll get him in here on the phone with us in just a few minutes. You know, Williams has been on the horizon in the gun industry for so long. Since 1926, they've been around, and pretty amazing. As we look into the history of Williams. As a kid, I grew up down in Oakland County, and the trip to Williams was a monumental thing. It was the 2 or 3 times a year that we went there was just something I look forward to. Looking at the big game animals and the rhinoceroses and all the animals that were stuffed there just blew me away as a kid. Yeah. And the professional staff helped so much. It was really, really, they were always the gentlemen of the gun industry. So I really, really appreciated it. We have a lot going on at Williams all the time. If you want to get out there, even you just want to make a day, you want to try to investigate owning guns, a great way to do it. Get out to Williams. You can go to the skeet and trap range, and they will professionally basically teach you how to shoot skeet and trap. You're welcome to watch. Put your earplugs in, of course, and watch the guys and gals out there shooting and having fun. And kids, it's a great sport. Skeet is back into the high school sporting arena now. We've got skeet teams all over the place doing a great job. Well, they've got a great skeet and trap range there, as well as NRA clays right on site at Williams.
They do.
And very, very impressive. And one of our favorite ways to relax, because it's a very relaxing sport. Don't you believe?
Oh, I really feel that it is a very relaxing sport.
It's timed well. It's at your pace. If you want to run through the paces and do it, you can.
Yep.
Sometimes it's better. You shoot better when you go a little faster in that sport. Because if you overthink it, you're never going to hit anything. Yeah. But skeet's a good mind game because it teaches you bringing all your senses together to hit that flying clay.
Yep.
It is a good challenge. When they come right at you, that's a good feeling when you get hit with chunks of clay pigeons. You know what I mean? Because you busted the clay and the chunks hit you. That's a good feeling. Lots of fun. But we've always had a lot of fun going to Williams, and I mean it. From walking in the door to the resounding hellos when you walk in the door, to a good shop that's ever changing and getting better all the time. We're very happy to have them as a sponsor. So if you were thinking about guns at all, thinking about protecting your family, thinking about getting into the sport, the way to start is to go to Williams Gun Sight. It's on Lapeer Road. It's kind of hard to get to right now.
It
We're
is.
at 69 and Irish Road, okay? 69, Highway 69 and Irish Road. So it's just west of Davison, just east of Flint. Just be careful getting there. Get to Lapeer Road, and then you'll find Williams Gun Sight, okay? Pretty easy to get to, but there's a closure on some of the highways right there, so be careful. What else about Williams, Jake?
Well, there's so many things that they do that, like you said, has kind of made them like a pillar in the sporting goods industry in this area for so long. It's always been a family-owned atmosphere there.
Yeah, and it used to be the Williams family.
Right.
And it got bought out by a few guys here in the Flint area a few years back, and they've been doing a great job with it. It used to be the Williams family was there all the time. Well, they're not there anymore, but the family attitude and the family atmosphere, because everybody there cares about you,
right,
is certainly prevalent. Now, when we go there, we usually spend quality time inside the store. The gunsmiths are behind the scenes.
They are.
But there is numerous gunsmiths working there. They're behind the scenes. Out front, when you walk in the door, you're going to see some shooting accessories and ammunition to the right.
Okay.
To the left is a checkout counter, and then you walk in and you begin to browse through the new guns. Tremendous collection. The first thing you're going to run into is your 22 long rifles.
I remember when my earliest memories there was no guns upstairs. It was all closed.
Yes.
And we never went up there.
Hence the move to put used guns up there.
Now I remember in the corner there was one little rack with about maybe 15 used guns on it.
Yeah, that's what it used to be.
That's what I remember. And then the handguns, the walls now that are full of rifles, The bottoms had handguns. The tops had shotguns and rifles.
Right.
Now, the one whole left side's 22s, then you've got all shotguns.
Well, you got and
then you've got all rifles in the other half.
AR rifles. You got a whole section of
Yep.
magazine-fed rifles. And then as you go further down, as you get through all your really extensive selection of shotguns, then you get into with your scope collection out front. Behind that is your hunting rifles.
Yep.
And everything from single shots to bolt actions, single shots, all kinds of great guns, but a great selection of new guns on the main floor. As you step up the stairs up to the upper deck, now you're going to get into the handgun department and their used long guns. The handguns are new and used.
Yep.
And tremendous selection. There's other gun shops that claim they're the largest gun shop in Michigan, but I have a hard time believing that. But there are so many guns in stock there. It's really a pleasure to hunt for the gun you're looking for.
It is. It is.
It's gun hunting season.
That's right.
Well, we have a caller. Hi, caller. Who's this?
This is Brian from Williams.
Brian, thanks for calling in, buddy. This is John.
And this is Jake.
How are you this morning?
Doing good. Just enjoying the nice weather so far this summer.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, we're coming into fall now, by golly. I see some orange leaves the other day, and that, just like your dad always says, gets you in the mood for hunting season. So looking forward to it this year. I know it's going to be a good one. So, Brian, we know you're busy. I appreciate you calling in today. And Jake's got some questions he wants to talk to you about Williams.
Sure.
So, Jake, why don't you get the ball rolling for him?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you for coming on, Brian. But we want to kind of talk about some of the things that Williams has now that really just makes it stand apart from the other just plain gun stores. Your sight systems, with your fire sights, and your classic rifle sights. Tell us a little bit about some of the history behind that.
Yeah, for sure. Especially guys locally know us as the retail store, which we've done fantastic. But really, what started Williams Gun Sight, the company, back in 1926 was our gun sight side of the business, started by Harvey Williams. So he just pretty much started on small Bridgeport and laid himself and just did one off at a time. He grew it. Then his sons got involved as well as they got older. Then grew the manufacturing side, the sight side, also the retail. Then, of course, in the late 80s is when my father purchased the company, when the Williams boys were just getting older and decided to sell the company. And since then, we're growing it even more. Now we have, I guess now it's 7 full CNC machines inside our machine shop, right in Davis, in Michigan.
Wow.
Which not a lot of people know that.
Right.
And so we're machining pistol sights, rifle sights. Just trying to do whatever we can to keep growing the line and meet our customers' needs.
Well, we heard that you guys got some new machines.
Mm-hmm.
You just got some new CNC machines that are kind of top of the line, eh?
Yeah. One thing we've never had is we've actually got one last year, but a 4th access CNC machine. It's pretty much it's just turning it on a different plane and allows us to machine even faster than what we have been. So we added just another one of those machines last week. It was just because pretty much the pistol sight demand is going through the roof.
No kidding.
I keep up with it.
I'm so proud every time that knowing that when we call you guys the gem, because you're right here in our midst. We're used to going there. People that have never been to Williams Gun Sight before. The gun sight company and the gun store, the retail end of it, everything, we get a chance to see it on a regular basis. But the cool thing is when you travel around the country, then you go into gun shops, you're looking at guns, and there's your sights all over the place.
Exactly.
Even this, in all the different manufacturers that are using your guns, and I'd like to talk about that, or using your sights, I'd like to talk about that in just a second. But right now, your sights, like... I was on midway.com or midwayusa.com, and you're like highlighted this week. The sales of the week are Williams sights, and man, they're all over Midway USA right now. So I just said, holy cow, what a week for production at Williams. You guys are going to sell them like mad. So
yeah, that's great.
It is. They must have. And it's not like it's not clearance. These are just because these are high demand. They're all the ones that you want. Your fire sights for the handguns and the muzzle loaders, everything.
The fire sights
Yeah, it's the whole line. Yeah, and again, just to let the listeners know that the fire site's the fiber optic site.
Yes.
So it's something that it's gathering light. It's making it easier to see for guys with bad eyes like myself, and and great for hunting scenarios in low light conditions.
Yeah. You have I have one of the receiver sights on a Marlin, my Marlin 444.
Oh yeah.
But you, Dad, have you have fire sights on your 444.
Yeah, I customized a 444 years ago, and had the barrel shortened and everything, and I brought it right into you guys and said, give me the best sights you can. And sure enough, I don't know exactly who did it then, but they did a great job. Put a set of fire sights on my custom 444, and what a deer hunting popper that is. Bear anything you want, I guess. It'd probably kill a blue whale if you wanted it to, but I'm not out hunting blue whales.
Uh-huh.
But the sights are phenomenal. Now, as far as manufacturers right now, which just give us an inclination of how many different gun manufacturers you guys make sights for.
Well, there's probably 6 or 7 in there, or maybe 5 or 6. And one everybody will know. Ruger's single sixes. We're doing the front fiber optic sight on that one.
Good.
Such as that. We got a few projects in the works. Trying to work with Ruger on a few different models and new and upcoming models, like Springfield. I don't know the full details on it yet, but they're coming out with a newer 1911. But we're going to have our sight on there.
Good.
Here and there. Yeah.
Is that insider information that we weren't supposed to know?
Pretty much.
No,
yeah.
okay. Nobody's listening, Brian. Nobody's listening. Don't worry about it.
I didn't say that, by the way.
Okay. Now, do you guys do anything with the XD line?
No, we don't right now. We do make we make aftermarket sights to fit them.
Yes.
But not right off the factory line over at Springfield.
All right. I wasn't sure. That one made in Croatia. I wasn't sure if you're going to have anything to do with it anyway, but I knew you make aftermarket for just about everything out there.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of our young shooters, we start them out and seeing them in the Appleseed Project as well, going to fire sites on the 1022s, which of course we got squirrel season right around the corner, so it'll be a mountain of 1022s heading out into the woods. Great. Fire sites make so much sense. Folks, if you're not used to it, what we're looking at here is your rear sight, your buckhorn, so to speak, is going to have 2 green dots, and your front sight is an orange dot, almost primarily red or orange. And in the fire sight system, once you get it on the gun, lining those 3 dots up, very, very good sight acquisition. So good product, and glad you guys make them. And
we're excited.
Yeah, and you can bring your guns right to Williams and have the fire sights installed there as well. And right now, I imagine they're backed up a little bit, but take you a week or so. You pick the gun up next week or 2 weeks away.
We're not running too bad right now, but it is starting to pick up. We're running about 10 days right now if you bring a gun in.
Well, that's not bad.
In about another 3 weeks, it's going to be probably 3 weeks to get it back, 4 weeks.
Yeah, and I always tell people that once you get into mid-September, if you're trying to find Williams, just drive down 69, roll the window down, and listen, and you'll hear the rifle range cracking off as hunters get their guns ready for hunting season. And spreading the word is a lot of fun. We love to invite people to your store, and but let's take a quick break and we'll talk about that more. Okay. Can you hang on for a little bit? And we're going to go to a quick commercial. All right, thanks, Brian. Well, Jake and I and Brian will be right back with the Gunsmith Show, so hang on tight.
Gun Sight Company, fall is definitely here, and that means only one thing: it's hunting season. For over 50 years, Williams Gun Sight Company has provided quality service and products to our Michigan hunting and shooting community. Rifles, shotguns, handguns, new and used for hunting, home security, self-protection, or just target shooting. Williams has a great selection for whatever your shooting needs, including crossbows. And with 6 full-time gunsmiths, Williams' service department is second to none. From while you wait sight-ins or scope mounting to complete firearm restoration. Now Williams has expanded our sales area to the entire United States with internet sales of used firearms. Check out our entire selection of used guns with photos at williamsgunsight.com. Finally, don't forget our rifle and handgun ranges are open to the public 7 days a week, and our skeet and trap fields are open every Thursday and weekends. So for store hours, location, used gun inventory, check us out on the web at williamsgunsight.com.
I Can Build That. Say it with confidence because you listen every Saturday at 10 a.m. to the I Can Build That show. For nearly 5 years, we've been helping you around your house with remodeling, renovation, and repairs, along with money-saving hints, proper techniques, and rock-solid advice that only 30 years in the business can bring. So join Mary, Jacob, and myself, Jonathan Smith, for the I Can Build That show. 10 a.m. every Saturday right here on Flint's News Talk 1470. Proudly brought to you by Pal Alarm, Starline Kitchen and Bath Gallery, and Staley's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Flint's News Talk 1470. 1470 WFNT Flint. Flint. Shop the value connection at WFNT.com. WFNT.com.
And now back to the Gunsmith Show with John and Jake Smith.
All right. Well, Brian, you there?
Yep, still here.
Good. Thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate it. We're talking with Brian Wright from Williams Gunsight Company, and everything's going real good with the conversation so far. And I wanted to talk to you about the store itself. And well, no, Jake, you want to talk? Jake's flagging me down and saying, "No, Dad, I want to talk about this." So what do you want to talk about, Jake?
Well, we were going to talk about the smithing there, and you guys are qualified gunsmiths qualified repair centers for certain gun manufacturers, correct?
That is correct for such the companies as Remington, Bushmaster, Marlin. So we have these folks actually sending us firearms. They can't repair, or they're just getting so overloaded they need assistance with. So they're sending us guns daily to repair.
All right. And I was actually leading into that, but that's okay. Well, when you get into there and you start working with the gunsmiths, say you got a Remington 700 and you got a trigger problem.
There's no trigger problems with the Remington 700.
That's right. I read the legal disclaimer. That's right. But
Right.
I imagine there's options your gunsmiths can tell the customers, because you can probably upgrade triggers or whatever. But how does Remington handle that with you guys?
What Remington wants and what they're telling us and tell our customers, bring your gun to us. Bring them to a local gunsmithing, or you can even, I think they are saying you can send them directly into Remington, but bring them into us. We actually have a stockpile of triggers that Remington has sent us.
It's not like not like a GM recall then, when they don't really have the parts, but they get a recall anyway.
Well, no, we have had some issues getting some of the trigger assemblies. But to tell you the truth, by week, it depends how many we have in. But Remington's overall been decent with us, trying to get us triggers in a timely manner.
Good.
But we were trying to do it while you wait. So if you bring it in, we'll try to knock it out in 30 minutes.
Wow.
It's not hard. Just pull off the old trigger assembly, putting in the new one. But then we got to make sure we have the correct parts.
Okay.
Correct trigger assembly.
Well, sounds good. Now, am I correct? I had heard that with Cabela's, if guns go into Cabela's to get fixed, they actually go to you guys?
Certain stores.
Certain stores? Okay.
Yep. So that's something we're trying to build up, is our dealer base for our gunsmiths.
Yeah.
So we're actually contacting shops like Cabela's, Gainer Mountain, and other smaller shops saying, hey, if you need gunsmithing work, send it to Williams.
There you go.
We have 7 full-time gunsmiths, and that's another one of our specialties. And our guys know what they're doing. They amaze me every day. They
do. I honestly, Kevin and the whole gang, the guys are great. They've done several jobs for me, and I appreciate every one of them. They've even told me before that some of the things, like I had one Ruger that I messed up, and working on it myself, they said, I'm sorry, John, you got to send that one back to Ruger. And I said, okay. Mm-hmm. They're honest with you. They're not going to fake it. And I appreciate that a lot. Now, we've also had some really cool stuff down there with coating of guns. And Brian, you guys did a Cerakote job for me. That is the wow factor of extreme right there. You guys, I don't know if you ever saw it, but I took a Model 28 Smith & Wesson in India. I actually bought it right there and then turned right around and left it with you and had it Cerakoted green. What a great hunting gun that is. It's one of my favorite sidearms to handle right there is my Smith & Wesson that you guys Cerakoted. Now, Cerakoting and Duracoating processes, those are things that you guys do in-house. And now, folks, if you're not familiar with it at all, these are the ways that you get the guns in all the different colors. And you might want a camouflage pattern on it. You might want it to look like stainless steel, but it's actually a blued gun. There's so many colors to choose from. I chose kind of an olive drab green, and on my gun, I like to call the Incredible Hulk. So you can choose all kinds of stuff. But in your Cerakote and Duracoat processes, Brian, I know you got some really cool stuff on display there right now. Tell us a little bit about, what people can. I don't know if you know a price range, but so people can kind of get a feeling for what it might cost to have something like that done.
Well, I think the first thing is for them to get an idea of what they want done, what color-wise, and we'll tell our customers actually get on Google, type in Cerakoted firearms or Cerakoted Smith & Wesson J-frames,
okay,
and just see what other guys are doing out there. Because with those. With the Cerakoting process and dirt coating, you can pick some pretty crazy colors and ideas, and we can try to customize it the best to hit your needs. But just for a J-frame, just something a little bit smaller than that Smith & Wesson. You're looking at a couple $100 to get finished up, and it could take at least probably 2-3 weeks, maybe a month to get that going.
It's quite a process. I was amazed, and the guys were great.
Well, and Kevin, they were taking pictures of your gun as it was happening.
Yeah.
So they sent a
I think
picture.
it was Carl
one day.
and Rob was taking those pictures, and they kept sending me pictures.
Here it is, sandblasted down to the bare metal. Here it is, we're prepping it. So it was very helpful.
Really
to
good.
See
you can see that
it.
stuff on our website. I believe it's still on there. But I told Kevin, I said, hey, can I bring the Incredible Hulk back in, put it back in the cabinet for hunting season, let people look at it until I need it.
I got to see this thing. I haven't seen it yet.
It's a nice gun. I'll bring it back in and have you guys put it in the case for a couple of days, because it's when I went to take it out last time, I think Gary, one of the salesmen, Gary says, John, I got to tell you, we got a couple of people want to buy that, so don't leave yet.
Okay.
I said, all right, well, it's going with me and it's going to the range, and we've had a lot of fun with it. So good looking gun.
Now, you've got a big event coming up there, your demo days.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, we're super excited for this day. We did a demo day quite a few years ago, but we're kicking it back in. So we're calling it our first annual demo day, or we want to make this a tradition every year. We're doing this, and Smith & Wesson sponsoring the event. The Smith & Wesson rep will be out there Friday, Saturday, Sunday of that week, which is the week is September 8th through the 14th. We're holding sales. So, but that Saturday, I know it's a little confusing, September 13th is the actual demo day. So we're actually going to have some of the Smith & Wesson firearms down there for demoing. But we said, well, let's just not limit to that. Let's bring in some Ruger firearms, some odd and end SIG, Glock. Just put some guns down there for people to try. And it's geared right towards someone that's interested in buying a new firearm.
Right.
And try before you buy.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's really. It's one of those most highly things that we hear about is, hey, can we, where can we try this before we buy it?
Mm-hmm.
So this is just going to be perfect for those, like you said, those people that want to pick up their first gun and want to pick out a new gun.
Yeah, they've been thinking about one for a long time. Now it's a chance to go, maybe even get a chance to talk to that factory rep about it, and which I don't, right now between you and me and the fence post, I don't know if the factory reps know more than you guys do, but you guys are the most knowledgeable sales force I've ever seen. And I've worked in gun shops before, Brian, so I know I've seen people fake it behind the counter lots of times, and just trying to sell the gun. Well, you guys are very, very astute.
I've seen people fake it and screw up and lose the sale too.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But
not at Williams.
No,
at
not at Williams.
Store.
Lots of stores where it's like, come on, know a little something before you try to work in the gun industry. So, well, we sure appreciate you coming on with us today, though.
We have one question for you when we come back from break.
Yeah.
And so we're going to go to break here in a little bit, but before we do that, I wanted to talk to you.
Yes. He's got so many questions right now, and it's kind of silly.
I have a list of things I'm trying to go off and keep me on track. New gun wise, on average, I know you guys have the largest used gun selection in the state.
Uh-huh.
New gun wise, how many different brands do you guys have?
Oh, good question.
That is a good question. I got so many I can't keep count.
Yeah, we know. I can name off probably 14, but anyways, let's, that's
Yeah, I mean, just giving, I guess, how many guns we carry. Right now we have, we just did a count on them. We have it's pretty much 5,000 new and used guns in stock right now. I'd say probably 60% of that is used firearms.
I think there's like 4 or 5 in this room right now that we bought from you. So I know that we can't count those. So, but anyways.
Yeah.
So 5,000 new and used,
and then you got,
and that's pretty impressive.
And you guys can order anything. So if somebody's got a wand,
well,
they can pop in and order that.
I put on Facebook this week that, hey, Brian's coming on from Williams.
Mm-hmm.
We instantly had one of our friends posted on there. Can they get an AK-14?
And yeah, that's right.
And
AK-14.
So I started looking up what is an AK-14, and
it's a high-end AK-47 is what it looks like.
Basically.
But it looks like it's machined as opposed to printed metal.
Exactly.
And it's an expensive gun. I've never put my hands on one. I'm not an AK guy, but anyways, I'm still that thought process that AKs are the devil. So I stay away from them.
Yep.
I like my ARs. So
I tell you what, the AK market's actually increasing. I mean, I see it every day in there. I mean, guys are wanting AKs because I don't know if it's true or not, but there is some rumors going around they're going to restrict what AKs you can get or what's imported in.
Well, and the number one gun seller in the country, Barack Obama, just stopped the importation of a lot of those guns too. So that could have affected it. So
for sure, but we are seeing that increase.
Yeah, yeah.
I was saying there was a ban on, was it Russian ammo, I think, that just came through, or military rifles from Russia?
I think when I read the statistics on it, it was something. It was 2 manufacturers of weapons, but it's that style is what they're going by.
Right.
Yeah.
But but there's plenty of them here in the country to work with. I mean, geez, we got. I'm sure the supply in the United States is great for them. So. All right, well, we do need to go to a quick commercial break.
Okay.
Hang on tight, Brian. We'll be right back. And, folks, we got Brian Wright on from Williams Gun Sight. If you're just catching us, hang on tight. We got more questions for Brian and more answers from him as well. So hang on tight. I Can Build That. Say it with confidence because you listen every Saturday at 10 a.m. to the I Can Build That show. For nearly 5 years, we've been helping you around your house with remodeling, renovation, and repairs, along with money-saving hints, proper techniques, and rock-solid advice that only 30 years in the business can bring. So join Mary, Jacob, and myself, Jonathan Smith, for the I Can Build That show. 10 a.m. every Saturday right here on Flint's News Talk 1470. Proudly brought to you by Pal Alarm, Starline Kitchen and Bath Gallery, and Staley's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Tom Wright here for Williams Gun Sight Company. Fall is definitely here, and that means only one thing. It's hunting season. For over 50 years, Williams Gun Sight Company has provided quality service and products to our Michigan hunting and shooting community. Rifles, shotguns, handguns, new and used for hunting, home security, self-protection, or just target shooting. Williams has a great selection for whatever your shooting needs, including crossbows. And with 6 full-time gunsmiths, Williams' service department is second to none. From while you wait sight-ins or scope mounting to complete firearm restoration. Now Williams has expanded our sales area to the entire United States with internet sales of used firearms. Check out our entire selection of used guns with photos at williamsgunsight.com. Finally, don't forget our rifle and handgun ranges are open to the public 7 days a week, and our skeet and trap fields are open every Thursday and weekends. So, for store hours, location, used gun inventory, check us out on the web at williamsgunsight.com.
And now back to the Gunsmith Show with John and Jake Smith.
If you'd like to talk to John or Jake, call now, 810-743-8255.
All right, we are back. And just handling a beautiful new Smith & Wesson we got right here on the counter in front of us. And thinking about you, Brian, how's things going there for you?
Going good.
You got a busy weekend, don't you?
Yeah, I'm actually in a wedding this weekend of all things.
Good for you.
Nice Labor Day weekend.
Well, yeah.
Got to do what I got to do.
That's right. Hey, that's what friends are for.
Well,
we're excited about demo days, so let me reiterate that real quick. We got September 13th is the day, but the whole week from September 8th through the 14th, get out to Williams Gun Sight, and on the 13th it'll be the actual demo days, and should be quite a fun time out there. Hopefully we'll spend some quality time with you that weekend as well. And of course, we'll keep pushing that for you because it's going to be a good time. Now, Brian, at Williams, how's things going on the skeet and trap field? I imagine this time of year it starts to ramp up a little bit.
They're going good. I mean, it's we're still plugging on. That's something we've always done. We always want to do. We just have it open Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. Of course, we have a
What's your favorite gun?
Ooh.
What's my favorite gun?
Yeah,
there's a few of them there. I'll tell you right now, I'm more of a hunter. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
Sure.
So just a good old classic shotgun. I mean, I love goose hunting, love bird hunting. So that's probably my first pick, and I actually just picked up one of the newer Browning A5s.
Oh, good.
I was, and so we went on for this wedding, we went on a bachelor party last weekend, which was a pheasant hunt.
Oh, that's a good one. That's made a lot of eyebrows just go up. Oh, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah, right.
Well, that's good.
Yep.
So
I actually picked that newer 8.5 out there and shot it. And had a good time with it.
How do you like it?
I really like it. It's nice and lightweight compared to the older version.
Oh, the old ones were tanks, weren't they?
Oh my gosh, yeah, they are. But I tell you what, it cycled everything I put through it. I was actually hitting birds, which is probably a newer thing, and it was working good.
Well,
good.
They will have to get out and shoot some, get out and do a round of skeet together or something. That'd be fun.
Well,
We'll bring
for
our
sure.
goose guns and get loosened up. So,
we were in earlier this couple months ago when I purchased one of the new red labels from you guys.
yeah,
Okay,
a new
yeah.
30-inch red label.
And I gotta say, it's probably the finest shotgun I've ever shot. I feel.
Yeah, and you shot a lot of guns. It's a sweet shooting gun. You're very happy you got it. I know he was looking at used guns. We're looking at a bunch of the used shotguns, and we were talking with Big Steve, and finally Jake looks at Steve and says, and they're both left-handed, so they get along great. And he says, "How about show me that new red label?" And it was a done deal. As soon as Jake picked it up, he said, "No, this is it. This is it." So that was his graduation present for graduating from college. So. Very, very happy gun owners we are, sir, and we appreciate you guys always being there for us. And look forward to getting out and seeing you real soon. As well as I strongly recommend, if you're in the gun market, if you're wanting to get ammo, you want to get out and shoot your guns, get to Williams Gun Sight and tell them the Gunsmith Show sent you. Brian, thanks for being on the air with us today. We certainly appreciate it, and we look forward to the next time, buddy.
Anytime. Thanks for all the support you guys give us.
Oh, you got any shout-outs you want to give before you get off the air?
I guess congratulations to Brian and Christy Taphouse for getting married.
There you go. Excellent. That's what I figured you'd
give them
do.
a shout out.
That's what I figured you would do. Well, have a good wedding. Enjoy yourself, and when it gets to the boring part of the wedding, you can always think back to that pheasant shoot last weekend. So
you got it.
All right, buddy. God bless. Take care.
Thanks, you guys.
All right, bye now.
All right. Now that was Brian Wright from Williams Gun Sight Company, and glad he was on the air with us. That's always fun.